going? Welcome back. Did a quick system restart here. Hopefully that fixed a couple of the problems I was having here. Of course it probably didn't, but we will see. Check things out. I will not be able to stream for too much longer here. I do have to go inside and start helping out inside the house here. But I wanted to make sure I came back on for a little bit, just to make sure that I said hello to everyone that was, you know, that I was in mid-conversation with there. But I am gonna have to cut this a little bit shorter. We're gonna bring you a couple more matches, or a couple more, I guess, mob encounters with Healer's Quest here. This is a super fun comedy-based healing game, kind of a satirical-based game about being the support or the healer in a group, which is me, of course, as Healzonu, right? Keeping people healed up, making sure everyone is alive throughout their encounters, right? Making sure they can, you know, dungeon crawl a little bit easier with a little bit of confidence, right? That they're not gonna die if they decide to pull a little bit of aggro or something. It's our job. Support people in their gameplay, right? It's a thankless job, but hey, someone's got to do it, right? And thank you to all you other support mains and healers out there. Thank you for doing the job you do too. Because on any game where there is more than one support player on a team, hey, I appreciate the heals myself too, right? It kills me, especially on like Overwatch or something like that, when you play a game with two support characters or two healers. The lack of healing the other support character will give you, because their mindset is, well, you should just heal yourself. But without further ado, let's start a fight here, shall we? So we're gonna have to make sure that we keep our team regenerated here and shielded up. The shield is actually really useful in this game, I have found. All right, let's fight. Fight! So far, we've been doing funny little voiceovers for the different characters as well, mainly for my team because they're going to be the static players, it seems like, in this game, whereas it's hard to do voices for all the different villains. So I'm trying to do like groups of villains, like goblins and orcs kind of as their own voice. The assassins and stuff and other humanoids will probably have their own voice. I'm going to do hopefully some different characters for some different encounters and stuff like that, which I think will be fun. Oh, and again, very exciting news as well on the viewer and follower count as well. Appreciate all the views and all the follows, everyone, of course, as always. Make sure everyone stays healed up throughout their, you know, their daily routines and everything. But on top of that, we actually hit 1,000 followers on Twitch, which is a big moment because I told my Twitch viewers and followers that I'd be doing a devil stick demonstration, and I will release that video. I'll put links up and everything like that so everyone can watch it. I will try and do a quick little devil stick demonstration on stream, but it's gonna be hard. I mean, in the stream shed here, I only have so much room, right? So there's only so many tricks I can do on camera in here without smacking a stick off a monitor or something like that. So we're gonna have to keep it pretty tame, but the outside show should be pretty cool. So stay tuned for that, everyone. And again, just to shout out to some people from the last little bit, like I was saying before, I believe Schwarto followed me off cam, and as I was saying earlier, I had a chance to check him playing out Call of Duty. Super awesome gameplay, and really cool room, by the way, too. He has like very neat light setups in his background and stuff like that, so definitely go check out Schwarto, because if I'm not mistaken, I always forget how to do this. 1 second here. Let me pull up my Twitch here really quick. We'll probably almost use this as just kind of a quick just chatting session here, alongside some quick gameplay. But I really want to give a shout out to Schwarto. because his lighting setup was really cool. I'm going to be playing around with some different light ups over the next couple of days, but he had a really cool light setup going currently, so I want to give a quick shout out to him. Here, wait, let's see what's the spelling on that. SHWORDO. Oh. Hopefully that works. Let's hope that works. Give a quick shout out to Schwerdo. But yeah, really cool lighting setup. That was really cool. That was really neat. And like I was saying, a lot of the times, like, you know, just for point of reference, a lot of times I'm in your stream, guys, and you won't know I'm in your stream unless you have like something that like tells you I'm just lurking or whatnot. Because a lot of the times I will not talk. I will not, like, you know, like even like, yeah, I won't talk a lot of the times because I'm either doing something in the house or something, or, you know, I'm you know, about to start lurking and I don't want to start a conversation and then have to jump out of the conversation. So this morning I was there, Schwardo, checking out your stream, and that was really cool with the light setup. The green lights look really super cool. You know, like, honestly, it almost looked like you were in like a bunker or something. That was really cool. I am back, Avis. As I was just saying, I probably won't be able to stream for too much longer because, of course, you know how things go. I got offline, I stopped the stream, I checked my phone, I had messages from the house that, you know, things have to get done and stuff like that, so I probably won't be able to stream for too much longer. But I did say I would be back, so I wanted to make sure I jumped back online and at least do like a couple more quick fights, because it seems like, from what I'm looking at here, it seems like that restart did fix the problem. So it did seem to be like a computer issue this time, Avis. Because don't worry, you're right. Like, I have been noticing a lot of issues with Twitch recently, especially with the analytics side of things. Like, a lot of the times, either I'm getting the followers late or no viewer counts whatsoever. Like right now, like I said before, I have no idea how many people are viewing right now. Nothing is updating in terms of live viewer counts, which is kind of nice in a lot of cases. You know, kind of keeps things carefree and stuff like that. You know, I'm sitting here anyways. I'm gonna, you know, put content out like I'm streaming for 1 million people, regardless of there being 1 or 100. So, you know, it's all the same to me. It kind of takes the pressure off of things, right? But without further ado, let's check out some more gameplay from Healer's Quest here. Super fun, comedy-based game about supports and healers being underappreciated and everything like that. I'm doing my Avis. This is my $5 cosplay we're doing here. So just for a point of reference, what I'm gonna try and do is next stream, since this is gonna be our Monday go-to game now, I think, because I think that'd be kind of funny to have this as our Monday game, I feel like, because this is a good game to get frustrations out and stuff like that, because this is going to be like our event game. We'll have this as the Monday game, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and create some sort of a funny little, like cosplay or something maybe regarding it, which I think would be really funny moving forward. Just like, you know, a really super cheap, cheesy one, but I think that'd be really funny. I mean, the wheels are in motion, right? The wheels are in motion. We have it started here. We got our healing bandana. We've got our healing utility belt. We've got our I didn't have anything on short notice that represented the same thing, but we've got our, check this out. This is jacked out. Watch out. That's pretty cool, eh? That's just the tongue of the dragon. That's pretty neat. But yeah, just like a cheap, cheesy $5 cosplay. But we'll do a couple more matches here, just to make sure that we show this game off, because I'm really excited to play this game. It's been really cool so far, actually. Oh, look at that. Look at that. A match with no deaths. Okay, so those shields are pretty powerful. So that's pretty helpful. New spell earned. Replenish 50 mana points? Whoa, really? I wonder what the cooldown is on that. There must be a pretty long cooldown on that, I'm assuming. Here, let's check out our spellbook. What's the cooldown on that? Cool, yeah, 1 minute cooldown. So you'd essentially only be able to use that once per fight. So I don't know how that would work in terms of... What does it say there? Yeah, see, that means you're only going to be able to activate Murky's special ability once per fight, right? I think I'd rather keep Meditate going because that will keep Murky's proc uptime a lot better. And with Meditate, you can keep it going quicker in the match. So potentially just keep yourself at full mana as opposed to the boon, which would be a burst of mana, but only one time per fight, really. Because your fights aren't going to be more than 60 seconds, right? So again, like that's what I was talking about earlier. Like you have to really read like the tooltips and think about like the uptimes of an ability versus another ability, right, Avis? Like, and that's what we were kind of discussing too, is like breaking down kind of the numbers and things like that of how often something will proc versus something else, because it doesn't matter if something, say, does 500 damage one time or if something does 200 damage or 200 like health or damage a bunch of times. Eventually the tortoise is gonna like outpace the hare, right? As we've all been taught. So be very conscious of that in video games, folks. You know, a more consistent burn damage a lot of the times is better than burst damage. But again, depending on the situation, depending on, you know, the play style too. If you're a very mobile player, it might be better to have burst damage, because when you stop, you can burst out, you move, burst out, right? Whereas someone who just stands there and kind of like does nothing, it's probably better for them to have a burn damage and be more constant over time. So different things to consider, right? So we're gonna stay with the template we have here for now. Ooh, look at, we're going to the classic dungeon. All right. Oh, and we're back to our voiceovers. So we're trying to do different voices for different characters. Like I was saying, I'm going to blanket out probably the enemies because there's going to be so many different enemies. So I'll probably have to do groups of enemies for different voices. But our own team has dedicated voices. Even though they are cheesy. Hey, Avis, they are some cheesy voices. All right, here we go. Awesome, we made it to the dungeon. His is just like a booming, like, you know, barrel-chested type of thing. Now it starts to get good.
Oh, really? But it's ridiculously small.
It probably goes underground, bud. Like, it probably opens up and goes underground. And I haven't quite figured out what I want Murky to be yet. I don't know how his voice is gonna sound yet. I've kind of just been doing him as my standard voice, but like kind of like, I don't know, I guess like kind of pompous. Healzy, have you ever been inside a dungeon? The biggest part is underground.
Are we going inside? I heard classical dungeon was cursed.
Oh, and you know what's funny too? Did you notice that the archer said, "Oh yeah," and started sassing the dungeon size, and Murky was actually talking to me and like, you know, putting me down for his comment? Yeah, that's pretty common.
Are we going inside? I heard classical dungeon was cursed. Anyone entering this place will go crazy.
Rumors. Don't listen to what people say. There is no risk. Yeah, we're already crazy anyways. Ooh, actually, you know what, Avis? That's a game that I've been watching a fellow streamer play as well. Super Cubby, if I'm not mistaken, or sorry, not Super Cubby, Zoombot, which again, now that I've actually got this thing figured out, and I think I know how to spell his name now too, actually. I think I know how to spell his name. If not, I'm actually gonna figure it out here because you should check him out too, Avis. He is such a cool streamer. I think it's. I want to say it's this with no, because I think I did it with spaces before. Let's see if that works. Yeah. Definitely check out Zoombot, Avis. Super cool streamer. Very, very positive, like wholesome streamer like me and stuff like that. I think you'd really enjoy them. And like I said too, like if you haven't checked out Super Cubby, check out Super Cubby too. Which actually, again, now that I know how like this works and everything like that, I'm gonna be using and abusing this. I'm pretty sure this is his too. I'm always unsure of the spelling, but I'm pretty sure this is his. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, check those two out, Avis. They are super cool, very wholesome streamers as well.
Okay, here we are, guys. Our first dungeon. We've got some bats, we've got some rats. Let's tail some fats.
Yeah, as bad as it is, I'm going to be adding in some dialogue here too, just to make it a little bit spicier. And that's the thing, Avis, I will be going crazy with it. I love giving people, you know, shout outs and stuff like that, just showing the love and everything like that. Because like I said, like I just finished saying, you know, like whenever I go offline, I'm always, you know, I always have Twitch on like my phone and my laptop inside. And half the times like I've got a host going on my computer inside. So I'm generally watching 3 different streamers just to try and help spread the love and, you know, just keep chat alive in different people's streams and stuff like that. So now that I know how it works properly, I'm going to be using that a lot. I love the shout out function. I think that's great functionality. It's kind of the equivalency of like Facebook share option, which I have to admit, like that's the one reason why I've tried to stay with Facebook as much as I can, because Facebook's like ability to be able to share people and to be able to have people find you, no offense, is so far superior. Like their algorithms and everything are so far superior to Twitch that it's off the map. It's not even comparable. But the thing is, like, the viewer retention is not the same. So I mean, who knows, right? Yeah, I'll be going crazy with it though, Avis. Don't worry, I'll definitely be going crazy with it. All right, so we started our dungeon here. Let's do a couple of like mobs in the dungeon, and then we're gonna have to jump off stream here and go inside, hang out with the family for a little bit. Okay, here we are, guys. Our first
dungeon.
Exciting.
Rats and bats, how bland. Come on, it's okay. It's classical dungeon after all. One last thing, keep in mind, we're not supposed to beat the dungeon on the first try.
What? What kind of mindset is that? What kind of mindset is that? You're not supposed to beat it on the first try?
If things are getting too tough for us, it's better to go back to the inn to get some rest.
Is it?
We can exit the dungeon at any time by pressing the button on the top left corner of the map.
Pretty cool. But how is explained the game's context? Some sort of teleportation artifact? Can we access it from the inventory?
Don't ask so many questions. If the developer can't come up with a relevant explanation, he might remove the feature.
That's true. I've seen that actually happen before, where they're like, you know what? Yeah, that's not very realistic. Let's just get rid of that. Oh, well, there's an ease of life that was really nice to have in game. Yeah, it is really too bad for that, Avis. That is one thing that Twitch should be working on, is like viewer sharing, streamer sharing. They're working on certain systems, I have noticed, like because I think it's relatively new, is like the recommended streamer section. What is it? They don't do the spotlight streamer or something, but it's like featured streamers or something like that. So every once in a while, you'll kind of make it onto some frontline pages and stuff like that, to help out your viewer counts and stuff. So, I mean, they're, I guess slowly over time, I mean, they're learning the system too, right? All right, let's get this fight underway here. And fight! I like it because it actually says fight. Now we're starting to get this down a little bit better. Yeah. Starting to learn the abilities, starting to use meditate a little bit earlier and more often. That's a big thing, right? Especially with abilities like that. Use early and often. Keep your mana topped up. Don't try and catch up later in the fight. Try and keep yourself topped up. Be proactive, not reactive. That's probably one of the biggest tips I could give any support slash healer main going, is be proactive, not reactive. For a perfect example is in a game like Overwatch. If I'm being proactive and physically attacking the other team, like say for an example, an enemy Pharah or a Widow or something like that on my Batiste character, and I'm keeping them at a point where they can't just rain down bullets on my team, that is being proactive, and that's actually probably doing more proactive healing by preventing my team from getting the damage from them than I would be able to actually provide in reactive healing once they've taken the damage. That's like a 200 IQ like tip right there. Like that's the biggest tip I could give any support or healer main, is be proactive, not reactive. You know what it is too, Avis? I think in a lot of cases too, I think they're gonna have to start developing other things. For an example, Facebook Gaming has come out with their standalone app, right? YouTube is pushing back with their live streaming and gaming segment. Trovo is becoming a very good platform to stream video games on. So I think, in my opinion, you know, like Twitch is going to have to start figuring out something to keep up. Because for an example, when you're dealing with a platform with a few million viewers and stuff like that on Twitch, compared to like virtually the billions of users using Facebook, I mean, it's hard to compete, right? It's like Walmart versus the little mom and pop shop in town. It's hard to compete when the Walmart can offer grapes at, you know, $1 a dozen, and the mom and pop shop have to charge $2 a dozen just because the volume they can deal in, right? So I mean, it's not even so much faith that I have, it's a realism and an understanding of the market that Twitch is dealing in. For the longest time, Twitch has been the mom and pop shop, but they've been in a town small enough that only had a mom and a pop shop, right? But now you have Walmarts moving in. You have, you know, Zellers moving in and stuff like that. You have some bigger department stores moving in, and they're gonna have to come up with a new system quick, or I hate to say it, they're, in a lot of ways, they might end up sinking, right? Like look at Mixer, right? And that was, Mixer's coming from a huge backing too, right? So I mean, I don't know. We'll put it this way, Avis, at this point in time, I get way more viewers from Facebook than I do from Twitch. Like, leaps and bounds more viewers. But the juxtaposition of that is the viewer count is higher, but the retention of viewers is smaller. Because Facebook right now is really good for promoting streamers and like allowing streamers to get out there and everything and sharing their streams, but it's not very good for I find for streamer interaction and things like that. So if they come up with a system to kind of rival Twitch's system for viewer interaction and things like that, I feel like they could have a lot more retention. But I mean, I get way more views on Facebook than I ever do on Twitch by like leaps and bounds, like way more. Yeah, and that's the other thing too, right? Like, but it's weird though. Like, I have to admit, like, I find the gameplay on Facebook versus the gameplay on Twitch is very different too. For an example, and I feel like I'm pretty much at the point where I'm probably almost gonna like just chat here for a couple minutes and then probably like get off. I'm probably done with the gameplay for now. But this is a really interesting conversation because I really enjoy this conversation. The Facebook user base is skewing older than other social medias too. You're right. But on that same note, like I want to find the right way to word this, but like they're the ones with money, right? And I mean, I hate to say it, but like money drives the world, right? For one, and two, it's weird the content difference too, between the two different platforms. Like for an example, I find like on Facebook, like and again, a lot of this is just my opinion and stuff like that from viewing, from watching different streamers on different platforms and stuff, because I do restream on multiple platforms. Hey Raiden, how's it going, bud? We're just doing some some talking about different streaming platforms and stuff like that and the differences and everything. So this is actually a really cool talk if you want to tune in for this. I'm kind of more or less doing like a just chatting session here, bud. But on that note, Avis, what I was getting at was I find on Twitch you could probably create a viewer base around almost any content base. Like, and what I mean by that is, like, for an example, like, a lot of my viewers recently on Twitch have been coming and following and supporting my, like, Ultima Online content. I guess it's because in a lot of ways, like, what's the term? Like when I play Ultima Online, like I'm always on the top of the list of streamers, right? Because not many people stream it because it's such an old game, right? So I have a lot of chance to be seen by people, and I guess that helps out in a lot of ways. But I find, like I was saying with Twitch, like you could pretty much create a community around almost any game, whereas I feel like on Facebook, like at least what I've seen anyways, like yeah, I get a lot of viewers and stuff like that, but because I play a lot of like non-hype games, like I don't play a lot of like Overwatch, I don't play a lot of like, you know, World of Warcraft or Apex Legends or any of the other games I play off of stream on Facebook, I don't seem to retain a lot of the viewers and stuff like that, where Facebook seems to be like really like hype gaming and stuff. It's all like about the first person shooters and like really hype games, where I find Twitch, you can play some retro games, be a variety streamer and create a really, you know, decent community off that and everything, right? Oh, to be totally honest, Davis, no, I honestly didn't know that that Twitch was owned by Amazon. I know the business side of things quite deeply, and I didn't know that, to be totally honest. That was, I guess, just one of those facts that just kind of eluded me. I just didn't care about it. But yeah, I didn't realize that. So I guess in a lot of ways, like they can almost just like do the red flag deal, right? Like keep Twitch going out of the labor of love type of thing. But the other part of it too is like, on a side note, for an example, like when, like a lot of people don't realize this, but and again, like the numbers are skewed based on your level of partnership, based on your level of affiliate, based on so many different variables. But for an example, like the payout of bits per donation to Twitch streamers is so small, right, compared to other platforms. Like, if you donate bits to a streamer, you're essentially only giving them what? I think it's like, I'm gonna take this off too, I'm allergic to this stuff. You're only giving them something like, what is it? Like 40% of the money that you've actually spent, because Twitch takes the rest of it. Whereas the other platforms, it's like closer to like almost 100%. Like for an example, like if you donate stars on Facebook, if I'm not mistaken, is the only one that has 100%, like in-game currency donation to I can't find the terminology, but 100% of the money you donate to a streamer through stars on Facebook is given to the streamer, where that's not the case on Twitch, and a lot of people don't realize that. So even like if you're ever thinking about like donating to a Twitch streamer and like you really like their content and everything like that, in most cases, like most Twitch streamers like would either tell you like sub, it's better to give subs than to give bits and stuff like that, and two, like if you want to give like cash donations, use their donate link, because again, you get 100% of the donation through that, whereas like if you give them bits, if you give them like other like in-game or like on platform currencies, it's garnished, right, like right off. Oh, it's, I hate to say it, but it's like you're just giving money away, right? And I'm really good, Raiden. I'm always good, bud. We're just having a just chatting session just before I have to head inside here. Go hang out with the family for a little bit, let them know I'm alive and everything like that. But I'm awesome today, man. I'm going to be back in a little bit. I promise I will be doing an afternoon stream today. I've been missing a lot of my streams scheduled, you know, blocks and stuff like that. But moving forward, I will definitely be coming in the afternoon today, so tune back in when I do come back this afternoon. But I do pretty much have to get off at this point. The conversation has been awesome, Avis. I really appreciate the conversation. Twitch gets Amazon a lot of money because that Twitch takes a lot of money from bits and subs and stuff like that. No, it's so true. It's so true, Avis. And that's the thing too, is you don't like, and again, like I always give shout outs too, but like check, like if you ever want to see like the business side of things, check out Devin Nash. He's very, very informative. Oh, stream froze. No, you know what it is too? I'm having issues again, Avis. That's another reason why I'm probably getting it off here. Like I'm dropping frame rates again. So like I don't know, maybe